Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Force of Will 101 deck tech. My name is Chris, and we are going to talk about a very interesting package deck that we've got going on today. It is a Vampire Package Dracula deck that very easily switches into a more standard Dark Wind Fire Abdul. So, as we go today, you can assume that this deck is going to play Game 1 Dracula, but you can also, this can kind of act as a shell for a basic Abdul list if you take out some of the vampires and switch in some other cards. So, whatever one you're looking for today, you can do it with this, and we'll take a look at it in depth right now. So, first off, let's talk about the rulers. You see two rulers here. That's because either or for these rulers could work depending on how you sideboard. You can obviously change these decks around. These are not meant to be something that you just sleeve up and go. You make them your own a little bit. I think I would like to play Dracula Game 1 and then side into Abdul just because people aren't expecting Dracula as much right now. So that's how I built this deck around, as the main board is more focused around the Vampire package. But either or are good. Dracula / Alucard is just an insane card value-wise, and we all know and love Abdul. Well, not necessarily love, but it's Abdul. Stone-wise, we got the two special stones, Feasting and Grubalesta. Not too worried about running these just because we're not running the Gretel package, so it's not a big deal to have both of them in here, and they're both really solid. We have 4 of the Black Silence, excuse me. 3 of the Scorched Bales. And a fun of Moonlight. Now, you don't have to put, you can change this just to a Scorched Bales if you like. I'm trying this out right now to see, because it's always nice to have a little bit of extra green if you need it, but it's there. So that's it for the stone deck. Now we're going to move on to the small little guys, 1-drops. We have 3 Servant of Vampire. Just a solid 1-drop in the Vampire package, and it protects your Dracula or your Carmillas because the Servant of Vampire has to be targeted before any of your other vampires. 3 Duel of Truth. Duel of Truth is just solid, and it's even better when you're running big fatties like Dracula and Mephistopheles. Just take out their resonators, and if you use it with Dracula, you get to steal that resonator as well. And then 4 of, since we're running red, we're going to see 4 Thunders in the 1-drop slot as well. 500 damage anywhere you'd like, just solid. Alright, 2-drops. We're going to start off here with 3 Cinderella. Cinderella is just a really solid aggressive card, aggression removal card. You can sack off your little guys, you can sack off anything really, and even herself, and deal 200 damage to every resonator on your opponent's side of the field. Really good at just killing off a bunch of little swarm dudes. We have 4 of Laura, which is essential in any vampire package to go dig up the Carmillas, or she can dig for herself and you just keep digging for days. 300 bodies, pretty small, but her effect is what you're really looking for. 3 Flames of the Outer World, because that card is just too good not to be in here. This does a ton of damage, 800 damage to target resonator, and J/resonator, yeah. So it does 800 damage to target J/resonator, and then it cannot be chased. Pretty insane. 3 of Zeeks. The Zeeks we cut down to 3 just instead of 4, just because the double green, it might be hard to come by sometimes when you're running a mainly black based deck, but I think the cake zones are the more important of them here, so we cut the Zeeks down to 3. You could always throw 1 extra in the sideboard, which we probably will. 4 of Stoning to Death. Kind of helps take the place of the Zeeks. Just handle anything you really need to handle. And 4 of Cake Zone, Absolute Cake Zone. Pretty much a staple right now in this meta. You need to have 4 of them or you're going to die to split heaven and earth. And then finally, 2 of Alvarez the Demon Castle. Alvarez the Demon Castle buffs all your vampires by plus 200, plus 200. It's really solid because it allows Dracula to get over Blazer, because Blazer is pretty much a hard counter to Dracula right now. So it allows Dracula to not auto-die to Blazer. And then for the big fatties, 4 of Carmilla, Queen of Vampires. Pretty obvious choice in the vampire package. I just totally muffed that up. There we go. 4 of the Carmilla. Lets you basically destroy target resonator. And if it's a human and you control Alucard or Dracula, then you get to steal it. Pretty solid. You don't see a lot of Dracula right now, so you don't see Carmilla's second effect happen very often, but when it is, and when it goes off, it can be pretty devastating. And then 2 Mephistopheles. Yeah, the card is just absolutely insane value, and if you're siding into Abdul, you can add more, and it just becomes crazy. And then finally, to round off, that was 39 cards to round off our top 40, or our 40 cards here, a fun of Necronomicon to have in there. It can be really good if the deck goes into late game, and start recycling stuff, anything you need to grab out of the yard. So really awesome deck we got going on here. Really like it. I miss my vampire package, so this is kind of taking the place from the old vampire list pre Moon Priestess Returns. So if you guys have any thoughts, questions about this deck, what you might want to add if you were going to start game 1 with Abdul, you can always leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. We would be happy to answer any and all questions. As always, you can send us an email at ggforceofwill@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at FOW101. And always find us on the Force of Will US Facebook page. We're up over 3,700 members now. It's so awesome. The game is really taking off in the United States. You can even buy packs at Walmart now. Yeah! Alright, you guys. Thanks so much for watching, as always, and we'll see you on the next edition of Force of Will 101.